I don't mean to be blasphemous.
Come on!
But Singer vehicle design is God's gift to the air-cooled 911. Singer vehicle design has given us the most beautiful cars with a Porsche badge since they first appeared in 2009. And they are one of few companies dedicated to producing cars for automotive purists. For the first 13 years, Singer focused on building naturally aspirated cars. But in June of 2022, Singer revealed images of the turbo study, which at first glance looked like a relatively basic 930 turbo restomod, but a closer look tells a different story. The exterior features numerous 1980s inspired design details that are unique but subtle, and in Singer's quest to turn the 964 into a modernized 930, they didn't shy away from the 930's most hated feature, the black plastic accordion-style bellows bumpers that appear on the front and rear of the car. But the bumpers on the turbo study featured a simplified and more aesthetically pleasing design that merges nicely with the deep front splitter. The marker lights and turn signals in the front and rear bumpers had also been modernized, as have the headlamps. Custom Fuchs styled wheels and redesigned side view mirrors are also part of the visual package. And what is no doubt the turbo study's most unique feature, the shark fin intakes integrated into the rear wheel fenders, which emulate the 930's iconic black stone guards. If you're new to my channel, I publish original Porsche-focused content every Sunday. So if you're not subscribed yet, click below to subscribe. And be sure to click the notifications bell so you can be notified about my latest videos. But while the exterior of the turbo study is nothing revolutionary, its luxurious bespoke interior is next level. The cabin is packed with design details that pay homage to the interiors of Porsches from the 70s and 80s, and one of the coolest details might be the turbo boost gauge located in the center of the rev counter. The turbo study features a 3.8-liter flat-six engine that's force-fed by the same Borg-Warner turbos that are used on the 992 generation 911. The engine also features electric wastegates, air-to-air water cooling, and it can produce up to 510 horsepower. And shifting is handled by a custom 6-speed manual transmission. And while Singer's previous vehicles were focused on delivering the purest 911 experience possible, the focus of the turbo study was luxury and speed. The first drivable Singer turbo study was publicly revealed in July, and shortly after made an appearance at the Goodwood Festival of Speed. And this week, Singer made what has to be the world's quietest vehicle announcement for the Singer 911 Turbo Slantnose. Now I like the turbo study, but I absolutely love the turbo Slantnose. Now the new Singer 911 Slantnose is exciting, but Singer is not the only company to introduce a 911 turbo Slantnose this week, because Arc Driver Automotive Photography is dropping a new 911 turbo Slantnose art print. These unique Porsche art prints are a great way to improve the aesthetics in any room in your house, and a great way to help support this channel. They feature museum quality printing on heavy duty paper that has a partly glossy and partly matte finish. You can check out the entire collection by clicking on the link in the description below. The 911 Turbo Slantnose is one of the most iconic cars of the 1980s, and Singer didn't spare any 1980s inspired details on their new car. And what I love most about the Singer Slantnose is that it's not just a turbo study with flattened fenders. Singer covered this car with details that are completely unique to the Slantnose Turbo. Up front, there are pop-up headlights, louvered fenders, a blended front splitter, fog lights mounted in the lower front fascia, brake duct intakes, and a center-mounted radiator intake. On the sides, there are indented rocker panels. In the rear quarter fenders, there are louvered intakes, and at the rear is a huge biplane spoiler, which isn't quite a 1980s design detail, as it was inspired by the spoiler on the 993 Turbo S, which didn't appear until 1996, but we'll forgive them this time. For the regular turbo study, you don't need a 964 turbo for the donor car, as the car gets a completely different engine. But is the Singer Slantnose built on a regular 964 or an actual 964 Slantnose? Let's compare the two cars and see. The 964 Slantnose was actually built in two different versions, the X83 flak bow and the X85 flak bow. Both came in Turbo S trims only. And interestingly enough, Porsche built both of these versions at the same time, and it is believed that only 76 examples total were produced. The X83 uses fenders and lights similar to the original 911 Turbo Slantnose, while the X85 uses unique fenders that bulge upward and feature 928 style pop-up headlamps. There are still numerous differences. The front fenders on the Singer car are much wider, and the top edge is less angular and more blended. Also, the shape and dimensions of the pop-up headlights are different on both cars. So we know for sure that the whole front end of this car is bespoke and manufactured by Singer, which tells us that the Singer Slantnose is built on the base 964, which is a good thing because the 964 Slantnose is an incredibly rare and beautiful car and should not be modified. So how much does this car cost? The first Singer Turbo is an unlimited production car that costs $1.1 million plus the donor 964. But with the Turbo Slantnose, Singer notes that they are only making 25 examples, and all have been spoken for. And given the number of design details that are completely unique to this car and the extremely low production numbers, it's safe to say that anyone purchasing this car is paying closer to $1.25 million plus the cost of the donor 964. Hopefully Singer will be releasing some new images and additional information on their latest creations soon. And we have to wonder, now that Singer has begun making Slantnose cars, could there be a Singer 935 in our future? Thanks for checking out this video, and if you'd like to see more videos about Singer 911s, I highly recommend these two videos. And for more Porsche content that you cannot find anywhere else, click here to subscribe. And don't forget to check out my Porsche art prints, which are linked in the description below.